back from the break, listeners. This is Becky, and you're listening to Becky's Banter, live from Rock Point FM. Tonight we're discussing Gen Next with Vincent, a teacher from Foundation High School. Vincent, you were explaining why the name Gen Next.
Yes, Becky. Gen Next is about improving the future for the next generation, young people like you and me.
And you propose to do this by slowing population growth?
Yes. We are trying to convince couples today to have smaller families. And we, the young people, have to decide to have smaller families when the time comes.
Our lines are open, and I see we have a call on the line. Hello? Thank you for calling Becky's Banter on Rock Point FM.
Hello. Young man, you have no respect for your elders. You are telling young people to ignore our traditional ways. Children have always been the strength of the family.
Hello? Hello? Oh, we seem to have lost him. Vincent, what do you have to say about this concern?
We cannot change what the older people have done, but we can hope to change the future for young people. It is the young people who will inherit the world. And what kind of a world will we inherit if we continue to multiply and multiply?
Hello? Thank you for calling Becky's Banter on Rock Point FM. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Jim. I want to educate that young man that having large families is good for our economy. Even the president himself says we should have large families to increase market for what we produce.
Let me ask you this question. Is it good for our economy when half of the young people cannot get jobs when they leave school? Or when most families eat only 1 meal a day? That is the situation we have now in Rock Point, and it will continue to get worse if we continue to have more and more children.
The problems in Rock Point are caused by the government's negligence, their inability to deliver enough jobs and schools and health facilities. It has nothing to do with the number of children we produce.
Oh, it is very unfortunate we lost him. The network is bad today. Vincent, you have something to say about that?
I agree that there are problems of corruption and mismanagement on the part of the government. That is a real problem and needs to change. All we are asking is for the older generation, the rulers and elders in Rock Point, is to listen to the young people. Your practices affect all of us. Please look around at the school graduates who cannot get jobs and get into a life of crime. As parents, you surely know young people who are home all day, on streets looking for something to steal because they can't get jobs, or because they didn't get a good enough education, or because their mother is trying to support a family of 5 or 7 children on her own. This is not because of the government. This is because our parents and their parents had more children than this country can provide for.
So, what is the solution, Vincent?
There is no quick fix, but we as young people, we are saying, let's not copy our parents. Let's change. Let's reduce our family size. Let's be in control, not out of control.
Our line today is very busy. Hello? Thank you for calling Becky's Banter on Rock Point FM.
Vincent, I want to thank you and Gen Next for talking openly about family size and the population explosion. There are so many people who produce children without any planning or thought about it. They say that it is God who gives children, when we all know it takes a man and a woman to produce a child.
Thank you.
Whenever someone tells me that God decides how many children a person produces, I tell them that God wants us to have only the number of children we can properly care for. That is why God gave us family planning.
So true. Thank you, Becky, and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much, Vincent. Dear listeners, did you know that the number of people living in Rock Point will double in just 20 years if we don't change our ways? So a child born today will have to compete with twice as many people for jobs, food, and water when he gets out of school.
True. There are not enough jobs or health facilities, or schools, or charcoal, or water for the people we have in our community now. How will we manage when we are twice as many?
So, Vincent, What should our listeners do if they want to help with GenNext?
The students of Foundation High School have already formed a GenNext club. If those of you who are not going to Foundation High School would like to form a GenNext club of your own, please call Becky here at Rock Point FM. GenNext will provide training for you to talk knowledgeably about the issue with others in the community.
Thank you, Vincent, for being with us today, and good luck with GenNext. That's it for now. Please tune in to Becky's Banter again tomorrow evening.
Let's not copy our parents. Let's change. Let's reduce our family size. Some people can speak.
Betty, what is that gibberish you're spouting?
Just something Vincent said on radio, Steve. He made our GenNext club proud.
Thank you, Betty. I'm encouraged.
So now you've brainwashed my sister, huh?
It's not brainwashing, Steve. Betty understands. She can see what's happening and wants to prevent disaster.
Disaster? Huh? What disaster?
You should have listened to the show, Steve. You could have learned a lot.
What's there to learn?
There's a lot to learn, Steve. I wish you people were there when we were listening to Vincent's show with the GenNext club. Everyone was cheering.
Betty, what did you hear from that talk show that we did not hear?
So much, Mother. I couldn't believe what some of the callers were saying. Vincent, do you remember the caller who said we should have more children to increase our market for our goods and services?
Ignorance just. What sort of market is a bunch of poor children with no education and no money to spend? That's the great market we'll have if we keep producing so many children.
Vincent, my son, this is our tradition. Children are a wealth. It has always been that way, and it will always remain that way.
Mama Steve, having many children makes people poorer, not richer. We the young people have to think twice about the number of children we will bring to this earth.
What do you know about children, Vincent? You don't have any.
I don't have to produce children to go on radio and talk about it.
So that makes you an expert, sitting in the radio station with Rebecca.
So that's the problem. You're so about me and Rebecca.
Don't be silly, Vincent, okay? I don't like it when you are childish.
Oh my God, Vincent really is looking to be Steve's enemy. How could he bring Rebecca up at the table?
But he was joking. You know how Vincent can be. In fact, I am sure he would never do what he did if Blessing was at the table.
I agree. But still, it was wrong. Did you like the radio show with Rebecca about GenNext?
Too much. I'm convinced that we need to have smaller families these days. But talking about producing children, looks like Topi is going to have a struggle living with her mother-in-law.
It will be a difficult change for her. After all these years of being her own boss, now she even has to be home by a certain hour for dinner.
Not only that, Topi, our strong, outspoken Topi, seems to be scared into accepting her mother-in-law's advice about childbirth, even over Sister Aisha's.
I don't know. But it seems to me that Ali could be a bit more helpful.
Yeah.
He seems to have just handed over all responsibility for this pregnancy to his mother and Topi.
I wouldn't be so hard on him, Mike. After all, as far as he knows, his mother is a very capable midwife.
I guess so. But I can see that there's going to be a showdown between Topi and Nur.
Let's hope so, because otherwise their baby could be in danger. On that point, I think we should hear what our listeners have to say.
We have a message here from Triasingura Ronald of Buhanama, Itojo, Ntungamo. He says, Dear Rock Point team, thanks for the good work. I first want to thank you for the role you have played in my life. I would like to encourage my fellow youths to live by example to your younger brothers and sisters. We should start self-help projects and abstain from sex in order to live a good life in future.
Thank you, Ronald, for that encouraging message. Please encourage your friends and relatives to listen to Rock Point because we will be learning from Joanne and Charles as they start their own businesses.
And we'll learn from Sandra about Something for Something Love.
Also from Topi and Ali, we'll be learning about how to make childbearing safer.
Yeah. Listeners, thank you for listening to and loving this drama. Without your love, we would not have the energy to continue bringing it to you. Thank you so much, and we love you so much.
And we love to read your comments, encouragements, and questions.
If you need counseling or information concerning HIV, family planning, malaria, pregnancy, male circumcision, alcohol abuse, violence, or other health issues, please call the National Health Hotline on telephone number 0800 200 600 or 0312 500 600 or visit a health facility near you.
Don't stop writing to us at Communication for Development Foundation Uganda, CDFU, PO Box 8734 Kampala, or send us an SMS on telephone number 0776 256 256.
You can also join us on Facebook.
Remember to tune in next week, same station, same time, for another exciting episode of Rock Point 256.
Rock Point 256 is made possible with support from Save the Children in Uganda, the Twaweza Project, the International Labour Organization, this radio station,
and from the Uganda Health Marketing Group with funding from the United States Agency for International Development.
Man, 256,700 youths can't find jobs every year.
This is about to change.
650,000 homes survive on just 1 meal a day.
This is also about to change. To find out who will change this, look into the mirror. You will change all this. Become a GenNext advocate for smaller families to save your countrymen from the burden of a large population. SMS GenNext, GENEXT, to our toll-free number 8464 or log on to www.genext.ug or join GenNext Uganda on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at GenNextUG.
This message is brought to you by UHMG, the home of the good life, supported by USAID.
Rock Point 256.
Welcome to a changing world.
Rock Point 256.
Welcome to another way of thinking.
Rock Point 256.
Yeah. Believe in yourself and in your heart.
Come with me to Rock Point.
Hey, discover the rock in you.
Come with me to Rock Point. Rock Point.
One this year, next year, each and every year. 1 million children die of malaria. What is the solution to save the African children them and the pregnant woman them? Take this as a warning and save your life and your pregnant wife. Bobby Wine, Songs Avenue. God knows. God knows. Nabade keyo mudwaliro na yateche na labyeyo chantisizo kamada. Tuchifana konga na yate botunula. Tulina ekizibu watenga chibi. Na chistudenti yamana kakade kalamba kapambuli mwaka. Atenga mabujega fechintu chetu sobola okutasa. Tutyanyo mkenenya na ye malaria atoksinga mkenenya. Bolala malaria mona kusatu bachayinza okubika. Ababakyala bavamu embuto malaria yasinga obajjamu embuto. Batuse ku bwana obuto nange nendowooza ku butoto bwange. Kati musawo kyebuuza okwewala omusujja gw'ensiri omuntu wakola atya?
Genda mangu okule akatimba k'ensiri osule ngono.
Ate bwe kubanga kunkudde okukujjanjaba obulungi ninakola ntya?
Awo gendawo omusawo naye baakuwa eddagala omalayo ddoozi.
Kati musawo kyembuuza okwewala omusujja gw'ensiri omuntu wakola atya?
Genda mangu okule akatimba k'ensiri osule ngono.
Ate bwe kubanga kunkudde okukujjanjaba obulungi